Coach, 4 games left in the regular season. It's winding down.
Yeah.
Where have you seen kind of the most growth and improvement from this team?
Most of the growth of the team has just been in their cohesiveness. Really just getting to know each other as basketball players on the floor, understanding each other's strengths, and identifying, some areas of improvement and kind of creating guardrails for one another to allow them to have success offensively. It's been the biggest area of growth this season.
What do you want to see from your guys here these final 4 games?
Yeah. What I would love to see is just to run the race with tremendous endurance all the way till the end, to fight hard. It's been a group that has competed hard even when adversity has struck. And if we can continue to do that, it'll hopefully spill over to us playing better defensively and, getting some quality stops when we need them. And then hopefully we can be in a really good spot when it comes to the ACC tournament.
I don't know how much you've looked at Wake Forest, but they're having a pretty good season. What's going to be the challenge going down there on Wednesday night?
Yeah, Wake is playing really good basketball. Steve is doing a fantastic job with his group. They have one of the bigger centers in the ACC, in Reed in the center. Their guard play is athletic and dynamic off the dribble. So we're going to have to do a really good job of defending one-on-one, keeping guys off the offensive glass, and then also, being able to make plays versus their funky matchup zone that they play.
Are there any extra challenges playing a 9 o'clock tip-off Eastern time, getting the team ready for that type of tip-off?
No, I think after having played, at Cal and Stanford on the West Coast swing, 11 p.m. tip, I think everything seems pretty early after that. So, but I think, the day goes by slow, so we got to find a way to make sure we keep guys engaged and that we don't show up a little sleepy on game time. But I don't think it faces any real challenges. I think we've done it before, and I think we'll be well prepared.
I know the Clemson game is still about a week away now, so I'm not sure how much you guys have looked into that yet.
Yeah.
But any initial thoughts on them? They're second in the ACC right now, I believe.
No, I wish I could tell you that we've really talked about Clemson much. I mean, the focus was, Carolina on Saturday, obviously, Wake, on Wednesday. We try to address things, one opponent at a time, but I do know that, Brad coaches his team in a certain way, and he's not going to change from that. So a team that had a fantastic NCAA run last season, they did a really good job getting really good players out of the portal this season. They're veteran, they're older. We know Shefflin is one of the hardest playing guys in the ACC. We know that their guards are really, really good and have a tremendous amount of experience. And we know that they being the best team in the conference when they competed against Duke a few weeks ago. So we know it's a really good team. We know they're very complete. We know they're big. We know they defend well. And we know that they play hard. So, without having done too much, I can definitely guarantee you those things about Clemson.
And just taking it back to the Duke game, what were some things that you guys kind of took away from that game, just going up, one of the top teams in the country like that?
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing you love playing against the best because it does show you kind of where you are. It's such a growth opportunity when you're stuck. If it can work against the best, then it can work against anybody. There's some things that we did well, and there's some things that we needed to improve, and we're able to identify those, and we'll continue to, I'd like to say, applaud the things that we did well and really focus on those things and improve them and recognize the things that we need to improve on and attack those areas. So it was a great learning opportunity for us.
What did you think you did well? Because you haven't gotten any big wins yet over those tougher teams.
Yeah.
But what do you think you have done well against that top tier opposition?
I think our offense was pretty good. I think we scored the ball how we wanted. We didn't get as many defensive stops in the one-on-one space that we hoped for, and those are things you needed. We didn't rebound the ball well. Those things are obvious. But for us, I think that we scored the ball well, we moved the ball well, we shared the ball well, and I think those are the things that gave us an opportunity to at least, be semi-competitive.
I did just notice, looking at that Clemson game, it looks like you're going to celebrate senior night on the Clemson, even though you've got another home game later that week.
Yeah.
Final home game for Tane Murray.
Mm-hmm.
What has he meant, coaching him, since you've been back?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we want to celebrate Senior Day on Saturday prior to our last home game, because we felt like it was easier for the families to get here for a weekend. So we want to do everything we can to make sure that our players feel that they're appreciated on their special day. Tane has been such a such a quality human being, in this program, not only on the court, but also off the court, on grounds, in our community. He's one of the few guys that has been with the program for 4 years these days, and I mean in all of college basketball. So, he's meant a lot to us. I'm so happy that he's having probably the best season that he's had, right now in the senior campaign. Had a 20-point game against Miami. I remember him and Jack Salt laughing about, who was the guy from New Zealand that scored the most. I think Jack had an 18-point game, so Tane topped him by having a 20-point game, and we'll get an opportunity to celebrate that. But also Isaac McNeely actually just had, he scored his 1,000th point. So, things that we also get to celebrate this week as we navigate into our next opponent.
How have you just seen the younger guys develop over the season, like Anthony Robinson, Jacob Kofi, Ishan Sharma, especially because they're getting a lot of minutes in their first year too? Yeah,
it's rare for first-year guys to get a lot of minutes. Jacob has started games. Ishan has been in games at crucial times and has made crucial free throws to give us an opportunity to be successful. Anthony Robinson's rebounding and his kind of breakout game versus Virginia Tech when he had 15 points and 7 rebounds just shows you that experience matters, getting on the floor matters, and the more opportunities you get, the more you grow. I've seen Anthony, Ishan, Jacob really blossom this first season with us, and I think they have a really, really bright future.
How big is this last 4-game stretch for you personally, as you want to show that you be the permanent head coach here?
Yeah. Well, man, I'm so fortunate to have this opportunity. The last 4 games mean as much as the first 4. I'm really just thankful that I got a chance to lead this group, this program that has such pedigree. And, for us we just want to finish the race well. I really do. We want to run it all the way to the end. I think Kobe Bryant had a saying. He said, rest in the end, not in the middle. We don't want to rest close to the end. We want to finish the race all the way through. And then, we'll rest when we're finished. But right now, it's all about energy, enthusiasm, being really positive, encouraging, and let the results, kind of speak for themselves at the end of the season.
So I'll ask one kind of dumb question. How much would you like to be the permanent head coach and kind of continue building what you've started since you've recruited most of these guys?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an absolute honor, to be the head coach of, this program. This is dear to me. I've invested a lot of time and energy into it. So for me to have the opportunity to continue this journey forward and add pieces that are needed for the future and continue to build this will be a tremendous honor.
How have you seen yourself just personally grow through this time, just taking over the program after, Tony Bennett stepping down and just kind of going through all the motions like that? How have you just seen yourself grow over the course of the last few months, I guess?
Well, I do believe that you will never be the best version of yourself until you are completely uncomfortable. And this season has been challenging, and I think your character presses through the hard times, Many people that can raise a sail in calm waters, but there are very few that can raise sails, in very difficult, choppy, and stormy waters. So the opportunity that I've had to raise the sails in stormy waters has definitely made me a much better coach. Definitely will make me a better leader for whatever opportunities come for me. So it's just been a tremendous growth for me personally.